Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Men think they got it all figured out after the moment's over. You know what I'm talking about. They think they can just lay back, smile, and that's it. They've got you. But the truth is, that's exactly when you hold the power. That's the moment where you decide how the game plays out. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. I've learned after years of listening to men talk, women talk, and relationships fall apart and come together again. The real power a woman has over a man isn't just in the moment. It's what she does after the moment. And the secret ingredient in that magic is playful confidence. I'm talking about that spark in your eyes, that little smile on your face that says, yeah, I know exactly who I am, and I know exactly what I bring to the table. That right there keeps a man intrigued long after the candles burn out. See, men are used to women reacting a certain way after intimacy. Some get quiet, some get overly emotional, some start asking questions they know they don't want the answers to. But when you operate from playful confidence, you flip that whole script. You don't sit there wondering, does he still like me? Or was I good enough? You already know you're enough. You already know you brought the fire. And because you're not sitting in insecurity, you have the freedom to be lighthearted, to be fun, to keep him guessing. Let me break this down. A man's mind is like a TV with only a few channels: sports, food, intimacy, and what's next. And that last channel, what's next, that's where you hook them. After the moment, most women are thinking, okay, that was nice. Now let's snuggle. Let's talk about feelings. But when you've got playful confidence, you throw him off in the best way. You might tease him about his hair being messed up. You might laugh and say, boy, you better go get me a snack after all that. You might just look at him with a grin that makes him wonder what's going on in your head. That little uncertainty drives him wild because now he's thinking, what's she planning? What's she feeling? What's she about to do? Here's the beauty of playful confidence. It's not about being mean. It's not about withholding affection. It's about making the moment bigger than the physical. You're giving him something to engage with mentally and emotionally. You're saying without words, I'm more than just this moment, I'm a whole vibe. I'm a story you're going to want to keep reading. Men live for that kind of energy. And let's be honest, when you're confident, you become magnetic. Men can sense it without you saying a word. They pick up on how you carry yourself, the way you walk around like you're completely comfortable in your own skin. That doesn't just make them attracted to you, it makes them admire you. And when a man admires you, he's not going anywhere. Admiration is a deeper hook than attraction. Attraction can fade, but admiration makes a man stay and work to keep you. Now, playful confidence also tells a man, I don't need you to validate me, but I enjoy you being around. That's a powerful message. When a man feels like you're with him because you want to be, not because you have to be, he works harder to keep that position in your life. He starts chasing you even if he already has you. He starts thinking about ways to impress you again. And every time he does, you just feed that energy with a little more charm, a little more laughter, and a little more that I know who I am added to. You know why this works so well? Because men are wired to want to win. And when you've got playful confidence, he feels like winning you is a never-ending game, and that's the kind of game men actually love to play. They don't get tired of it because it's not about reaching a finish line. It's about enjoying the chase, enjoying the surprises, enjoying the fact that they never quite have you figured out. So the next time you're in that moment and it's over, don't rush to fill the silence with questions or reassurance. Let your confidence do the talking. Let your playfulness set the tone. Tease him, smile at him, throw a curveball into the moment. Make him feel like being with you is the most exciting, unpredictable, and unforgettable experience of his life. Because when you carry yourself like that, you're not just in his arms, you're in his mind. And once you're there, baby, you're not going anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Men love a challenge. They are wired for it. You give a man something to figure out, and he'll spend all day, all week, even all month trying to crack the code. That's why mystery is one of the most powerful tools a woman can have. Mystery is like gasoline for a man's chase. It makes him press the pedal harder, lean in closer, and do whatever it takes to get to you. The second you become completely predictable, you start losing that magnetic pull. But when you hold back just enough, when you let him see you but never all at once, you'll have him chasing you like it's the first day he met you. Now let me break this down for you. Most women think the way to get a man to stay is to give him everything up front. Show him you're loyal, show him you're available, answer every call, reply to every text in 2 seconds. And don't get me wrong, loyalty and communication matter. But when you take away all the mystery, you take away the fun. A man doesn't need to know your every thought, your every move, or your every plan. In fact, leaving a little room for him to wonder what you're thinking makes him work harder to stay close to you. Think about the early days of dating. Why does he text you all the time? Why does he plan dates? Why does he show up trying to impress you? Because he doesn't have you completely figured out yet. That curiosity fuels the chase. But the moment he thinks he's got you all mapped out, the effort starts to fade. That's why mystery isn't about playing games. It's about keeping that sense of curiosity alive for as long as possible. And here's the thing, mystery doesn't mean being cold or distant. It's not about ignoring him or making him feel unwanted. It's about knowing when to give and when to hold back. It's smiling at him but not explaining why. It's posting a picture of you having a great time without tagging your location. It's saying, I had a wonderful day, and letting him wonder what made it so wonderful. That little bit of uncertainty will keep him leaning in, asking questions, wanting to be part of your world. Men are natural hunters. And I'm not just talking about food. I'm talking about the hunt for your attention, your affection, your trust. If you hand all of that over without making him earn it, he'll take it for granted. But if you make him feel like there's always more to discover about you, he'll keep coming back to find out what's next. He'll be excited to spend time with you because every moment feels like unwrapping a gift. Now, some of y'all are thinking, but Steve, what if he gets tired of trying to figure me out? Well, let me tell you, if a man gets tired of chasing you, he was never serious about you in the first place. A real man, a man who wants you for the long haul, will enjoy the chase. He'll love the fact that you're not an open book he read in one sitting. He'll appreciate the layers, the surprises, the little twists and turns you throw into the story. Mystery also keeps you in control of your own life. It means you're not laying your whole identity at his feet. You still have your own dreams, your own plans, your own friends, your own life outside of him. And trust me, nothing makes a man more intrigued than a woman who is happy, fulfilled, and whole on her own. Because then he's not just there out of habit. He's there because he knows he has to earn his place in your busy, beautiful life. So keep some things to yourself. Let him see the sparkle, but not the whole diamond. Let him hear the music, but not every lyric. Give him just enough to keep him hungry for more. Because when you master the art of mystery, you don't have to chase a man. He'll be chasing you harder and faster than ever before. And the best part is, he'll love every second of it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something most people don't realize. If you want a man to stick around, you can't build the whole relationship on physical attraction alone. That part is fun, it's exciting, it's got all the fireworks in the beginning, but fireworks burn out fast. What keeps a man coming back, what makes him feel like he's found something worth holding on to, is the emotional connection. That's where the real glue is. When you can shift the focus from just the physical to something deeper, you stop being just somebody he's with. You become somebody he can't imagine living without. Now, here's the thing. Men will often lead with the physical. That's just how they wired at the start. But don't let that be the only lane you're driving in. If all he's learning about you is what happens when you're together physically, you're selling yourself short. You've got layers, you've got depth, you've got a heart, you've got a story. That's the stuff that makes him invest. That's the stuff that makes him think, I'm not just lucky to have her, I'm blessed. When you shift the focus, you start introducing him to the real you, the you that laughs at silly things, the you that's passionate about your dreams, the you that can have deep conversations at midnight about life and purpose. You start asking him questions that go beyond, what do you want to eat? You ask him about his goals, his fears, his childhood. You open the door for vulnerability, not just on your side, but on his too. And once a man starts opening up to you emotionally, you've got him in a way nobody else does. See, a lot of women think men don't want to talk about feelings. That's not true. Men just don't feel safe enough to do it with everybody. But when you create that safe space, when you show him he can tell you things without judgment, you become more than his partner, you become his confidant. And let me tell you, a man will fight to keep the woman who knows his secrets, his struggles, and still looks at him like he's a king. And here's another thing. When you focus on emotional connection, the physical part actually gets better. Because now it's not just about attraction. It's about meaning. It's about trust. It's about that unspoken bond that makes everything feel richer and more powerful. You're not just touching his body. You're touching his heart, his mind, his soul. And that's a level most people never reach. Now, I know some of y'all might be thinking, but Steve, what if he's just not the emotional type? Listen, every man has emotions. He might hide them, he might bury them, but they're in there. The key is patience. You can't rush it. You can't demand it. You just keep showing up with consistency, kindness, and authenticity. And little by little, that wall starts coming down. And when it does, you start to see a side of him nobody else gets to see. That's when he starts telling you his real fears, his real dreams, the stuff he doesn't talk about with his boys. That's when you know you've shifted the connection from surface level to soul level. And once you're there, you're not easily replaced. He's not looking at you as just another woman. He's looking at you as his woman. So yes, keep the spark alive, have fun, laugh, flirt, keep the chemistry sizzling, but don't let that be the whole picture. Build the inside of the relationship as much as you enjoy the outside. Ask the hard questions. Share your truths. Be present when he's opening up. Because at the end of the day, looks fade, attraction shifts, life changes. But if you got that emotional connection locked in, you got something that can weather every storm. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, men are simple in some ways, but in other ways, they're starving for something they don't even know how to ask for. And one of the biggest things a man craves deep down, even if he never says it out loud, is respect and admiration. I'm not just talking about saying thank you when he does something nice. I'm talking about showing him in ways he doesn't expect that you see him, you value him, and you believe in him. You do that, and you'll light him up in a way nothing else can. But here's the thing, men are wired to be providers, protectors, achievers. Whether they're building a business, fixing something around the house, or just taking care of the people they love, they want to feel like they're doing a good job at it. But life doesn't hand out gold stars. Men don't get a lot of applause. Most of the time, they're grinding away, trying to keep it all together, and nobody's saying, hey, man, you're killing it. That's where you come in. When you give a man admiration, it's like giving water to someone who's been walking through the desert. And when you do it in unexpected ways, when you catch him off guard with it, it hits him even harder. Maybe you're at a family dinner and you tell everybody how proud you are of the way he's been working lately. Maybe you're sitting on the couch and you look over and say, you know what? You're such a good man. Maybe you compliment something small he did that nobody else even noticed, like fixing the squeaky door or making sure the car had gas in it. Because when you get here, see, admiration doesn't have to be about big achievements. In fact, it's often the little acknowledgments that mean the most. When a man feels like you notice the things he does and you actually appreciate them, he feels seen. And when a man feels seen, he starts showing up even stronger. That respect and admiration fuels him to be better, to try harder, to go further. And let's talk about respect for a second. Respect isn't just about the words you say. It's about how you treat him in public and in private. If you're cutting him down in front of people, rolling your eyes when he talks, or constantly correcting him, that's chipping away at the foundation of your relationship. But when you back him up, even when you don't fully agree, when you let him speak and you listen, when you value his opinions, you're telling him, I trust you, I believe in you, I've got your back. That's powerful. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't about stroking his ego just to keep him around. This is about genuine recognition. A man can tell the difference between fake praise and real admiration. When you really mean it, it comes across in your tone, in your timing, in your eyes. And when it's real, it sticks with him. He'll remember it days later. I tell you something, most men will run through a brick wall for a woman who makes them feel respected and admired. They'll work harder. They'll fight for the relationship. They'll protect it like their life depends on it. Why? Because respect and admiration tell him he matters. And everybody wants to matter to the person they love. And here's the best part. When you show them respect and admiration in unexpected ways, you're not just making them feel good. You're setting the tone for how he treats you. A man who feels valued will turn around and value you right back. He'll look for ways to make you feel special. He'll brag about you to other people. He'll protect your reputation, and he'll go out of his way to make sure you know you're loved. So catch him doing something right and let him know you see it. Tell him he looks good when he's focused on something. Let him hear you tell someone else how proud you are of him. Those moments may seem small to you, but to him they're everything. And when a man feels respected and admired, he won't just stay, he'll thrive. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something I've seen over and over again. People think if they're not with their man 24/7, they're gonna lose him. They think the way to keep a man is to always be available, always answer right away, always say yes to every plan. But the truth is, one of the most powerful things you can give a man is space. I know it sounds backwards, but space is what makes him miss you, crave you, and appreciate you more. When you give him room, you give him a reason to lean in closer. See, men are like anybody else. When something's always there, they start to take it for granted. That's just human nature. If you eat your favorite meal every single day, eventually it stops being exciting. You need a little time apart to remember how good it is. And in relationships, that distance can actually make the bond stronger, not weaker. Giving a man space doesn't mean pulling away with an attitude or playing games. It's not about punishing him or making him feel unwanted. It's about letting him have time to breathe, to think, to miss the little things you do. When he doesn't see you for a bit, he starts to remember your laugh, the way you smell, the way you look at him. Those memories start to work on him. And by the time he sees you again, that craving is built up so high, he's ready to pour all that energy right back into you. Now, here's where a lot of women get nervous. They think space means he'll find somebody else. But listen, if giving a man a little room makes him run to someone else, he was never really yours in the first place. The right man isn't looking for a replacement when you're not around. He's counting the minutes until he can see you again. And that anticipation makes the time you do spend together even sweeter. Men also respect women who have their own lives. When you're busy with your goals, your friends, your hobbies, and your passions, you're showing him that you're whole and complete without him. That's not a threat, it's an attraction. It makes him want to be part of your world, not your whole world. And when you can stand on your own, he's going to work harder to make sure he still has a place next to. Space also keeps the relationship fresh. If you're always together, you run out of new things to talk about, new experiences to share. But when you spend a little time apart, you come back with stories, with energy, with things to laugh about. It keeps the conversation alive, and it keeps both of you curious about what the other person's been doing. Now, I'm not saying disappear for weeks and make him wonder if you fell off the planet. That's not space. That's distance. And distance is where people grow apart. I'm talking about a healthy balance. Maybe you skip a call here and there because you're genuinely busy. Maybe you spend an evening out with your friends instead of always being home. Maybe you go after something that's important to you and let him see that you're committed to your own growth. That's the kind of space that builds respect and attraction at the same time. And let me tell you, when you give a man just enough space to miss you, he will come back stronger. He'll text you first. He'll make plans. He'll put in the effort because now he's reminded of what it feels like not to have you right there. And that's when you know you got the balance right. You're not chasing him. You're not clinging to him, but you're not pushing him away either. You're giving him the perfect amount of room to realize just how much he values you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Men love beauty. They love style, they love confidence, but you know what will make a man absolutely melt? Humor. A woman who can make a man laugh, who can bring out that genuine smile, who can turn regular moment into something fun. That's a woman he will never forget. And when you mix that humor with natural charm, you've got a combination that's almost impossible for a man to resist. See, men are under pressure all day. They've got work stress, responsibilities, bills, people dependent on them. Life is heavy. So when he's around you, he doesn't want it to feel like another job. He doesn't want every moment to be serious or tense. He wants to feel lighter. He wants to laugh. He wants to feel like the world isn't so hard. when you're standing next to him. Humor breaks down walls. You can be in the middle of a disagreement, but if you slip in a funny comment that makes him laugh, suddenly the tension drops. He's not thinking about winning the argument. He's thinking about how you always know how to make him feel good. That's charm too. It's that easy way you bring comfort into the room without forcing it. Now let's talk about charm. Charm isn't about acting fake or trying too hard to impress him. It's about being fully yourself in a way that draws people in. It's the way you look him in the eye when he talks, the way you touch his arm when you laugh at something he said, the way you make him feel like he's the only man in the room. That's the kind of thing that sticks with a man long after you've walked away. When you combine humor and charm, you create an atmosphere he wants to keep coming back to. Think about it. If every time he sees you, he leaves feeling happier, lighter, more relaxed, he's going to start associating you with those feelings. And when a man associates you with feeling good, he's going to make sure he keeps you close. And the best part is you don't have to force it. You don't have to try to be a comedian or put on a performance. Sometimes it's just laughing at yourself when something silly happens. Sometimes it's playfully teasing him about the way he dances or how he gets too competitive over a game. Sometimes it's using a funny voice, making a light joke, or just finding the humor in everyday moments together. Humor also builds connection. When you share a laugh, it's like you've got your own little inside world. That inside joke becomes a secret language only the two of you understand. And every time you bring it up, you're reminded of that shared moment. Those are the little threads that tie a relationship together. And don't underestimate how much a man appreciates a woman who can handle life with a smile. It shows him you're not easily shaken, that you can roll with the punches, that you can find joy even when things aren't perfect. That's attractive on a whole different level. So let your humor show. Let your charm flow naturally. Don't overthink it. Just be the woman who can turn an ordinary day into something worth remembering. Because when a man knows that no matter what's going on, he can come to you and leave feeling better, you got him in the palm of your hand. You're not just someone he's with. You're his safe place, his happy place, and his favorite person to be around.